Hello guys, this is Zoltan here from Brinkedal. There is not like English learning. You know, who doesn't know yet what it is? It is my channel that provides a lot of tips about how to improve your language learner. Yep, and now I will start reading a text that called Education Tips Managing Large Language Class. I think that this article it is for all the students that are learning English, and especially for teachers that has a lot of difficulty on how to control their classes. And I will start reading part by part, and you can follow in this parts with me. Education tips managing large language classes. Many English language teachers around the world face a common problem: large class size. A large number of students in a classroom can lead to difficulties for both the instructor and the lead learners. Today's education tips, we discuss what teachers can do to help manage large classes. We will also look at ways to increase students' participation. People have different ideas about what to make a class to be. Some studies consider a classroom with more than 30 or 35 students a large class. Other studies say that a class with more than 60 students is considered large. Education professor Penny says she considers a class to be too large if the teacher is unable to help the students make the progress they should be making. Teaching a large class can bring both positive and negative experience. Some teachers report that students misbehave more often in big classes. The teacher may also find it hard to provide feedback on every student's work. It also be hard for the students. Large classes often include students with different ability levels. Stronger students then may feel bored. Weaker students may feel left behind. While large classes can present positive opportunities as well. Natalie House, an education research says that large classes offer a change for interactive activities. They also provide students with a chance to help other students in the class as well as learn independently. Tips for managing a large class. Here are some tips to help students manage a large class. Establish your roles. Research suggests creating a list of classrooms with feedback from the students themselves. If students are part of such a process, they are more likely to follow rules for class. Darp Sabankli is a high school English language teacher in Togo. He told VOA that he makes agreements with his students about the rules and what should happen when students break the rules. He then puts the list of rules on the wall in the classroom for everyone to see. Organization and routine. Organization is extremely important with large groups of students and to keep them focused. Start each class with an agenda for the day. When students know the plan for each class, they may be less likely to misbehave. It also helps to have a method for getting students' attention if the class starts to get noisy. This may include a quiet signal, such as raising your hand or a word or phrase that you say with your class. Plan a variety of activities. Students may lose interest if the class activities last for too long. This is especially true with large classes. Therefore, the teacher should plan to have many different activities with different levels of activity difficulty. This helps keep the class moving at a quick speed and helps prevent students from feeling bored. Increasing students' participation with pair and group work. In large class, there is simply not enough time for the teacher to work with each and every student. In order to give students enough of a chance to present English in the class, teachers should consider organizing the class in pairs or groups. Pairing group work can help make a large class feels smaller for students. Such work also gives them more opportunities to participate in the class, from groups and assigned roles. When forming groups for group work, it helps to give each student a role. These roles may include note taker, timekeeper, leader, or presenter. Rules help students stay focused. They help give the students a sense of responsibility. Teachers can give one assignment or project for the group to turn for a group grade. One use for group activity is called jigsaw. This is where each member of a group works on a certain part of an assignment. After finishing the tasking, each student shares his or her work with the group. For example, each member in a group reads a different part of an English story or article. After finishing their part, each student explains or summarizes for the group the sections that he or she reads. With large classes, teacher must spend all the time correcting all the students' assignments. One effective tool is to have students exchange papers and correct each other's work while the teacher calls out the answers. The teachers can also have students discuss answers with each other before answer questions or work assignment in pairs. Darpak says that he does a think part pair share activity with his classes. First, the teacher asks the class questions or give out an assignment. The students first have time to think about the questions themselves. Then the students discuss their own ideas with the partner. Finally, the students share their answers with the class or with the teachers. Train students for pair and group work. In many classrooms around the world, teachers often most of the talking during the class. While the students listen and take notes, students may not be familiar with pair or group work. They may feel uncomfortable or not understand the purpose of such work. And this is the case, students must be slowly trained to the interactive activities. Teachers can begin by having students work in pairs for very simple class activities. As they become more comfortable with the work, teachers can slowly increase the difficulty of the activities that the students work on together. Teachers should take the time to discuss with their classes the importance of a pair and a group work in a larger class. Kano Wadapatu, an English teacher in Thailand, says she spends time before activity discussing with her students why it is good for them to work together in a class and how it can help them improve their English. If students better understand the importance of working together, they will be more willing to do it and likely have fewer behavioral problems during class. Managing large language classes is not easy, but with a little extra preparation, teachers and students can have a successful, meaningful experience.